Hi, everybody. So we are doing business readings tonight. And I guess it depends on where you're seeing this from, but I moved, except for the first Monday of the month, which is today, I moved the rest of my weekly readings into my private group, which you can join, by the way. Totally would love to have you there. We put a link in the wherever the text summary is of this. But so it's the first Monday of the month. So I'm doing my readings. They are complimentary and you can ask any business question that you'd like. Usually I would recommend, or else I'll rephrase it a bit, that you ask questions that are open-ended. So not like a yes, no question, like, will my business be successful this year in 2021? But like, where do I seem to be aligned, or what do I need to do to align better with my goals for 2021? Things like that tend to bring through the better answers. And the only thing that I would need from you is your name, which just let me know if sometimes people have like partial names or like nicknames instead of their real like name for their Facebook profile. If there's a different name that I can call you by, that's how I'll connect in with you. And we basically just go to as many people as possible. So if you would like a reading tonight, the way to get one is to just put your question. Say, I'd like a reading, Ashley, and then just follow with whatever question you have. After more people get going, I feel like it always takes a little bit, and you guys are like, I type in, and whoever I see first, I will just dive straight into that reading. I'll choose 2 cards for you. And then after that, I do have Solange, who helps me kind of just keep the flow of things. Sometimes it's hard if someone asked a question and I have to scroll back through the comments. And so Solange helps me with giving people a number. And we kind of hop around. We do let Spirit choose the order. So I will go I'll kind of trend forward in terms of the numbers. But hi, Faith. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Samantha. So I'm going to go with Samantha first, just because you're the first one that wrote a question, Samantha. And then Faith, Alyssa, Taylor. Solange is going to hop in. She'll give you guys a number. So let me just get my cards going over here. Oh, hi, Julie. I'm glad you made it. I'm sipping cacao today, guys. My Bayside mug. So you'll see me if you're curious, like, what is she drinking? I don't really think you are, but I'm drinking some like rose petal cacao. It's amazing. That's why I was a few minutes late, because I really wanted that cacao. Okay, so Samantha said, hi, I'm Sam. My business is called Everly and Poppy. My mother recently passed away. Oh, I'm sorry. So I feel like I have to just like take a moment for her. So your mom passed away and she really encouraged you to start your business. Since her passing, I see lots of numbers. Okay, so repeating numbers almost daily. Not sure if that's her. Wondering if I should stay in my broad niche or if I should narrow my focus on my business. Thank you so much. Okay, so Everly and Poppy. I'll talk about the numbers after. Okay. So Samantha, I want to go first to like the energy surrounding the niche, like the more niche category. I feel like for you, it seems like it feels like expression. Like, would it make sense that sometimes your work starts to feel like a little bit generic? Like it doesn't feel like there's like enough of you coming in, because I see that this more niche down version, this card play, is coming in. And so it feels like there's more expression, creativity, and play in the more niche down version of the business. And so I just feel this sensation when I connect with that aspect of it, that I will call it a possibility of it, that I just feel like completely in love. It feels like my energy is kind of like revitalized. And it feels as though like I have more ideas flowing, more ideas, more excitement over the niching down. So that would show me that anything else coming in would be related to like a fear, like, oh, well, that's going to like, limit my customer base, or that's going to only, what if that's like half of like my email list? It feels like that kind of energy would be surrounded towards like keeping you not niche down further. So tell me, Samantha, talk to me, share with me, like this goes for everybody. Like I live for hearing back from you and getting to feel like we're like having a conversation, like we're fucking having cacao together. And so I really want to hear like how this is landing. I do have a few other cards for you, Samantha. Chime in, girl. Oh, I'm glad that this BS alert card is coming up because I feel like that was the energy that I talked about. So BS alert is like if you sort of have your own inner critics sort of spinning their narratives, the bullshit part to you about telling a lot of like what ifs or like, well, if this happens, then this was going to happen. And it's really sort of those things that are built from like the fear, the limitation place, which is completely normal. It shows me that like, because that side of it's showing up, that this feels really important. It feels like very aligned with you and who you came here to be as a soul. So I do want to mention that. I also want to say that the writing card is coming in upside down. Okay. So this is coming in more related to your mom. That it feels like the numbers are for you. Like I want you to watch specifically, first off, like when you are seeing the numbers, what you're thinking and feeling at that time, because I have a feeling that it is happening on the days when you're most connected to that possibility that is more aligned with your soul, the greater part of yourself. I feel like though the writing is coming in reversed, and that's more about how you will communicate with your mom. And I just feel like this overwhelming sense of love that just comes through me. And so it seems as though, like, based on your ability to communicate, that you can go into a state of like asking questions and sort of free writing. And it's almost as if you're able to like channeled write or get answers, sort of like if you were to ask your mom a question about this business, asking the same question and setting the timer for 5 minutes and just writing and not thinking about it, that you have the ability to still connect with her energy and what she sees for you as possible. And she is also in spirit. So she's seeing the full fucking magnificence of you. And so I really want you to try that. And yes. Okay. Okay. So you're saying, oh my God, it is when I feel excitement and passionate about my work that you see those numbers. Okay. Thank you. That's perfect. You know what? Honestly, if like the only thing that you got is like that realization, that is big, because I really feel like my readings are just helping you to connect with your intuition and to trust your intuition more, because you already know like really what you want. And that when I get that and see that, then you're just like, great, cool. Like I'm going to trust my guidance. And that is my purpose here. Part of it. Part of it. Thank you. Samantha, are you in my group yet? How to make money being magical? Because we do this every week and I'd love to have you hang out with us. So join me there. And Solange, we have our first person that needs to be booted. You see this person, everybody? Do you see this person? Do not inbox them because these are fake profiles.
There we go.
That's one of the benefits of doing the readings in the group. That's one of the benefits of doing the readings in the community, is that like now it's just this one time when I'm like public, where I'm just like opening this space for anybody that wants to wander in for a reading, that we get some of the, some of that other stuff sneaking in the comments. So we do not know Matthew McGuire. So we don't want him, you don't want to inbox him. Solange, we do know. Solange is with me, so she's giving you a number. Solange is with me. But yes, if you guys can just block, whoever sees Matthew, just block it and report it. I don't know, whatever you do to get that one shut down. Thanks, guys. Okay. Solange, sorry, I forgot to ask you. What do we have going on with numbers?
Okay, we are up to number 3 right now. I'm still giving some numbers, so we're going to get more quickly.
Let's go with number 2. Who's number 2?
Alisa.
Okay. Thank
Just
you.
Have her question there.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Alyssa. Finding you, Alyssa. Okay. When will I start seeing things come together? What do I need to do if when it is a okay. Alyssa. The energy always comes through as soon as I start handling the cards, and it's almost as if like I feel like a stiffness come in, and so I just want you to watch. Like, it doesn't feel like all the time, but like there's these perspectives and these days when things are like they're feeling hard and like just very time consuming, and all these different snags are hitting. I mean, I know that there's this Mercury retrograde period, which I don't have to tell you about, but it feels as though like that's when you're feeling like there's snags, or that's when you're feeling like there isn't progress. So I really want to start there. I will tune into the months at the end and just see if we can get anything in terms of a number. But as you all know, a lot of it is free will choice. So it's going to be based on like your alignment with these energies that allow you to continually say yes to that timeline, to that pathway. So consistency is coming up in morning routine. 2 wanted to come out. Kind of makes sense because I could see that the consistency is going to be really important if you're like setting up your plan from the beginning of the day. And you need to be somebody that sets up the structure and then flows and sort of creates within that structure so that you can have forward movement and that you allow yourself the freedom enough to let go of the control aspect of yourself, the sort of, I want to use the word containment for you specifically. So yeah, I will say that let's say like if you are showing up consistently, Alyssa is showing up consistently, doing her morning routines, and I'm just going to tune into timing here. Okay. So there's 2 months that are coming up. April, and I like double verify. Okay. And then they're saying September, October. So it'd be like end of September, early October. So it feels like there's going to be 2 different milestones that are reached. And I do want you to stop thinking about things like I feel like your mind does work. I see a lot of straight lines in a very linear way, and that your progress, if you're viewing it through sort of like the linear lenses, that it's going to be challenging for you to see that progress. So I do want you to start celebrating your progress more, like writing your fucking wins down every night or in your morning routine, and really seeing like all the ways that you are moving forward, because there's times when you're doing it inwardly or there's a big healing breakthrough, and just because it doesn't yield the outward result yet, like you're not feeling like you're making progress. And because of the healing path that you're on, like looking at it through the linear lens, you're gonna be battling yourself the whole time if you do it that way. So I'll leave it at that. Okay. Hi, Solange. So let's do 3 and then 1.
Okay. So number 3 is Taylor.
Great.
And number 1 is Faith Cabico. I'm not really sure if I'm saying it correctly.
Taylor and then Faith. Cool. And then what are we up to?
Still giving some numbers, blocking people and everything.
Okay. Thank you. I know Julie is here. Julie, I
didn't give her a number yet. So
okay.
I'll go with her now.
I think, yeah, let's do Taylor, Faith, and then Julie. And then I'll let you catch me up on everything.
Great.
Thanks, girl. Okay. So, Alyssa, it makes sense. Okay. Thank you. Hi, Lisa. Hi, hey. Hi, Nafisa. Okay. So, whoops. I disappeared. I think I hit the wrong button. Solange, did it disappear me?
Yes. No, I didn't. I don't think so. But you disappeared for a while.
You guys, you know what though? Like, you're going to laugh, Solange. So I'm reading all this Dolores Cannon. Taylor or somebody, I was on Taylor, right? I was about to pull. Taylor, Mercury. Okay, but it's so funny. Like when weird things happen, I'm reading all this Dolores Cannon stuff, and they're saying like, yeah, you could be gone for like 1 second, and that's like 8 hours in galactic time. And so I'm like, who knows what happened? I'm gonna have to get progress to uncover my mystery blip out. Okay. Anyway, Solange, thank you. So we're gonna go Taylor, Faith, and then Julie. So funny. Okay, Taylor, looking for your question. Has anyone else read Dolores Cannon stuff? I'm kind of binging on it right now on Audible. Taylor, I'm just scrolling. I know you asked a question. Gosh darn it. Solange, I might need your help grabbing Taylor's question. Let's see. Taylor, you might have to actually just give me your question again because I'm like at a loss. Maybe it's a part of what disappeared on this new timeline here. Okay, thanks, Solange. Oh, do you have any insight on lively sisterhood in terms of growth? For example, adding more clients, branded deals. Okay. I'm feeling like I'm just going to pull straight from this business deck. So the website card is coming in. Did we have a website card for you that got pulled? Because for some reason I feel like I have a memory that like that card was pulled for you. So the consistency card came in reverse, the website card came in reverse, and then the writing card is coming in. And so it feels like with the website, it's like more about being in sort of like the right places to build the right connections. It's a sense of like, I want to just call it your online presence. And it feels like so with the consistency that there's something that either isn't hitting resonance wise, or it's not, maybe it's spread too thin. I'll say the energy is spread too thin around it. I feel like for you, the writing, okay, let me just be quiet for a moment because I feel like it's something related to proposals. Is there some kind of proposal writing that you would do, or some kind of way that you might have an initial like contract, or a way that you might outline like numbers for people that might be a client? I'm not sure. I don't see any comments for that yet, but I guess I'm a little interested in like what I might be getting in terms of how you might, I guess, exchange money with clients, we'll say, because I feel like it's based on how you talk about what you're doing, sort of what the exchange of value is for what they're paying for. And it feels like there needs to be a switching around of how you're communicating it so that you're starting to charge more for what you do. You do contracts and proposals. Yeah. So, because it feels as though with the whatever the value exchange is, that for the amount of work that you're putting in per like job or project, whatever it is that you do per client, that it feels like you can be charging more and leveraging more without having to put in like too much, more time or sort of give more to that client if you think about it a little bit differently and talk about it a little bit more differently. Then it sounds like you're able to get the kind of client that will pay you more. It'll command more, and it's going to be easier for you to scale in terms of growth. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. It feels the sense of like how you talk about it and how you charge for it. I think that's what we'll say in summary. Okay. So Griselda, I see your relationship question. Okay, so I'm just telling you, I don't focus on love. I focus on business primarily. If it comes in, it comes in, but I usually will not take questions that ask for it. So Faith, we're going to go to you next. I don't think Faith's question was disappeared. Okay. Wondering if I'm stuck because I'm holding back on my divorce. I'm wondering if I can still build my business even though my physical world is not flowing. What else could be my blocks? Yeah. And before I go to Faith, Taylor, it's like, if you're still watching, it's like, not the perks, but it's like, sort of like thinking about like what their sort of business metrics is. What is their boss like asking them for in terms of like, I guess, outcomes, and like if whatever you do, again, I don't even know exactly the nature of your business and what you do, but it seems like whatever your offer is doing, whatever your business is doing to help them achieve the things that are most important to them, and you can have it be very clearly mapped out that they are then willing to pay more, because in their mind it sort of relieves a pain point, so to speak. So yes. Okay. Faith. Okay. Like that one just wanted to come and be stuck. Faith. Okay. Okay. So Faith, I don't feel like it is about anything coming in related to the divorce, but what it does feel like is that sometimes we'll put things in our path to make it easier, so that we don't feel like we have to play full out yet. And it feels like it's that kind of block. And I know the energy of this block, because I feel like I did that as well. Like honestly, there was like a lot of these fears of like taking things like too far, in terms of spiritual gifts, because of what people might think, or like what my husband might think, and being like, what is my wife doing on the internet these days? And so it seems like we will always get questions that we very clearly know the energy patterns of, and that's how we're able to really read it and discern it. And so the starseed card is coming in, which means that like you are very different. Like you are not meant to feel like you make bonds or like relationships easily with people, because you came here to be different. You came here to change things with your gifts. And I do think that you know that and understand that really clearly. But then when it comes to business, the standout card came reversed. And so it feels like there's that hesitancy, that holding back to play full out and to really like fucking celebrate all of your weirdness and all of your gifts. And it seems as though there's times where it's not like we're saying no to it, but we're kind of keeping it at a distance. We're slowing down the rate that we have to fully evolve into who we are, who we came here to be. And I think that for you, it's not as if like, I think there's a lot more of you that wants to show, that wants to come through. And I want you to I feel like there should be something in the group, and maybe you've heard me talk about it or maybe not, but look up like Carolyn Elliott deepest fear inventory. And I want you to do one of those around your business and see what comes up. And it starts to really reveal all of those subconscious parts of us that keep us not yet living the life, keep us in separation from the life that we are really wanting to lead. And so the Sisterhood of the Rose card came in. Oh my gosh, I love that we're ending this reading for you on this card as well. And it's beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. So everything that came through in these cards like is very much like the soul and the energy of you. And I think that you know that. You've known that for a long time. And I just really, I just want you to start owning that a lot more and stepping into it, and not putting yourself in separation from not fully being there yet, not fully charging enough yet, not offering that yet, because it feels like there's a lot of that going on, and it's time. And as we're entering into more of these 5D energies, there's something that really resonated, when things land as truth. And it was that there's a timeline shift related to ascension, and that it becomes sort of further separated in frequency of like where we want to be and who we want to be and who we came here to be, or when we choose to be like play small, or sort of make decisions based on lack or fear, insecurity. And that as time moves forward, there's a bigger and bigger difference in the frequencies, and then it becomes harder and harder to make that change. And so I think that's why many readers, including myself, have been getting for the last 6 months, like, your alarm clock's going off, like, you're hearing that call because you know that's what you came here to do, and it's time. And so the universe does have a way, like, sometimes I feel like I'd say, like, we feel like we're in an abusive relationship with the universe because it has its way of really, like, making us, like, be who we are and do the things that we were too comfortable to do before. If it needs to, it'll get a little rough with us. And I think that the more that sorry, my phone, I forgot to turn it off. The more that you say yes to it now and you make it happen now, and you ask yourself, well, how can I make this happen now? What would be possible for me to make this work now? The easier it's going to be for you in the long run. So yes. So Julie, Faith, let me know. Faith says, so I need to bring in my subconscious and stop listening to other people. Yes. Yes. So Julie, I know that there was a question from you, and then we'll go back and see who else is here. I feel like I like pulling the comment up, but then I feel like I end up scrolling a ton. Okay, Julie. So Julie, hi Julie. I've seen some of your videos and you're super fun. So I've heard amazing things about you from multiple people. So spirit frequency, I've started to create an oracle deck. Ooh, another business, probably NPO, called Groove with Grief and Transforming Grief. Oh, wait, I realize this is a 2-part question. Hi, Julie. Like, where'd the other half of this question go? I can see it. Okay. Here we go. And I've started doing more mediumship and energy work with clients. Not sure where to focus my energy first. There's a juiciness for sure, like, about the mediumship, about the deck. Yeah, I feel like I want to go there. That just, it feels like you right now. I feel like the tinglies all over. Okay. What's, like, going on with your website, or switching it over, or maybe it doesn't have these things because there's some kind of slowdown or some kind of, like, tech frustration? Because, like, the website card, which again could mean it could mean any kind of social presence that you have, but it comes in upside down, and then it kind of, like, falls. And so I'm just, like, really curious about that. When you're asking about the deck, the mediumship, and everything that you were saying, like the energy work that you're saying, like, all that piece of it feels like you're moving into a space, Julie, where you used to sort of do a certain thing, and it was just, like, in this certain way that it had more of, like, a little bit more of a structure to it, is what it feels like. But now it feels like there's just all of these tools and a bunch of other tools that are, like, always being discovered. And some of them just kind of come out of nowhere. And that you are much more in the place where I see you showing up and trusting and fully just sort of, like, dancing in the moment with whatever comes in, and really just being, like, knowing when to pull different things in. And it seems like that's been more of the process, where it wasn't just like, oh, you're doing this work. It was, like, sort of like, this is me, this is Julie, and this is all that I bring to create this end outcome. And I feel like that I want to tune in with the grief piece of it. Let's look at the cards too, shall we? So the Warrior Woman card is coming in about answering your deepest calling and soul family, calling in your tribe, and you don't have to do it alone. So this is the one that I want to look at, because I feel like there's something here just in terms of your path. I feel like you have this way of like being with big emotions and being with grief and like just like the way that you're the mirror and you're in parallel, like it feels like you have such a comforting quality that feels like so welcome for people to like just grieve and express, and they see how you show up, and it's almost as if like they attune to that energy. And like really what I see is like different parts of them are activated, like they really come into this place of healing themselves. And it's a lot of it is like you bring in your tools and you're doing your thing, but it's like so much more energetic, which is like I feel like why I love like the divine feminine in business is it's so much more about who we're being than what we're doing. And for you it's like I'm getting so many crown tinglies right now. Your energy is very activating. Like I don't know if you've thought this, but the way that it's coming is like you have this ability to activate dormant healing codes in the DNA of other people when they attune to your frequency, that it awakens the natural healer within them, that that soothes them, that brings them the right words, that invites them to move their body like involuntarily if it just wants to move. And it feels very much like people almost get surprised at like how much they open up around you. Okay. So I did see the website card coming in. Like it kind of feels like there could just be like an easier thing, like in terms of like people finding you and paying you and like doing bigger work with you. Cause I do feel like there needs to be like bigger or longer containers or ways that people give you sort of more money or have an intention of giving you more money because of the deep work that you do. And it feels like there's like a little technology kind of hiccup that like you could just make your life a lot easier and book in more people for more. Like I definitely feel like that keeps coming in of like charging more money for your work as well, because it's really powerful. And the morning routine card is coming in, and I'm just hearing about cycling the energy on that of like changing something up, or they're saying introducing like some unexpected elements of it, of like something improvised, like it feels like it's maybe just like a part of like your intention of how you show up, that you like prime yourself with that in the beginning of the day. Okay. Thank you, Julie. Hi, Solange.
Hi. I'm just blocking people and deleting comments.
I know. See, now you guys, like, this is why, like, well, it's not why, but now I'm realizing how much I love doing this in the private group the rest of the Mondays of the month, because we don't have any people like that in the group. And so on that note, join us in the group. How to make money being magical. And yeah.
I'll drop the link now. But then they will see them. They will see the link and they will join the group.
That's why I know. Like I was telling you, I'm like I always look at what groups people are in, and it's like when it's the spammy groups, I'm just like, no, decline. You can't join us, our group, if you're gonna spam it. Okay, so what numbers do we have here?
Okay, so we're up to number 10 now.
Okay, I definitely need to pick up the pace. Okay. Sometimes I just get on a roll and I just like can't stop talking. Okay. So I want to go number 5 and number 4. Who is that?
Okay. Number 5 is Mary Holder.
Okay. And then if you could do the comments in the private chat for me,
Sure.
I'd love it. And then who's number 4?
And number 4 was Julie. I'll give number 4 to Julie. So.
Oh, we got Julie Oceans already, yes. Right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then who's number 6?
Number 6 is Aquarius Queen. I just asked her to give her like the real name.
Aquarius Queen. Yeah, Aquarius Queen. What your name is, your name and your business name. But yes.
Yeah, she's asking how she gets a number. Well,
yeah, there's another scam person. I figure is
She's helping us with the.
She's helping us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't click on that. Okay. So Marie, and then we'll do, okay, Aquarius Queen. So yeah, Aquarius Queen. Thanks, Solange. We just need your names, because I feel like that's likely your nickname, so that we can tune into your energy. And Lisa, you don't always have to step back, okay, girl? Like, you get to receive too. Be in that receiving energy. Okay. Marie Holder daily. Oh, Mary. Going through a difficult time. Would like to have a reading if you can connect with me. Okay. So I'm just going to pull a general card for you. Mary. Okay. So, Mary, I feel like it feels almost like a numbness that's coming in. And I say that because it doesn't feel like there's a lot of inspiration in the moment. It doesn't feel like there's like a lot of ideas flowing in. It feels like it's been challenging for you, and that you're just to the point where like things are not feeling exciting, that they're not feeling particularly bad, but there's not a lot of inspiration and motivation coming your way. And so the Two of Air card is coming in. It's talking about being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate. Okay. So that's a great description of the energy, and pretending that there is no problem. And they're wanting me to talk about a certain relationship. And so I don't feel like this is about your business, because it seemed like a general question, so I just went with it. It is a male energy, but it feels like I don't know, like there's some like a father kind of energy. Like, I don't love doing these kind of readings that aren't related to business, but it just feels like what wants to come in. But it almost feels like some kind of a burden or a stuckness. Like, it feels as though, like, what I want to say is that there's been a lot of living your life for other people, and that you're just feeling very unfulfilled. Would that make sense, Mary? That like it just feels like your expression isn't there. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of like time that you're doing for you. It almost feels like there's that need to like know yourself again, or return to you, or find some of those pieces of you that you might have let go over the years. And so I will just leave it at that. But I just really want you to take some time and turn inward, and just start to get curious about you and who you are, and like what you want. And I just feel like even you tuning in that way, like, and being in that reflective state, that even that I feel like is going to spark enough difference in you to stir up some of the energies, because I do want more of that excitement and more of that connection to possibility for you. Yes. Okay. So your name is Alize. And your business is Aquarius Queen Spiritual. Okay. And so this card is jumping out for you. And Solange was saying immediate future of business. So just to be clear with you guys as well about the way that readings work, like when we are looking at what's ahead for the coming months of your business, I feel like you likely know this already. It's free will choice. So I'm going to say, based on the energy that I really connect with today, and what you're holding today, and your consistency, and how you've been showing up, and who you've been being, we'll see how that energy is looking. And if you were to continue in that same energy, at that same level of commitment, where do we see you headed? And so I always like to be clear about what we're bringing through, because I think that sometimes people think it's like everything's like destined and there's no free will choice. I'm not saying that you think that, but I do think that that's something to mention. So your website card, first off, like, it came in reverse. And so I do feel like you need, and this is again just I want to talk about online profiles specifically, because it's really a online presence kind of thing. I see that you are going kind of to the extreme of like trying to have such a presence everywhere that it feels like you're not seeing enough traction and you're not feeling enough of that inward excitement of moving forward. And so I do want to point you towards narrowing, because it feels as though when you're trying to be all these different places all the time, it feels like the energy of what you're doing is just spread a little bit too thin. The 5 of Earth card is coming in. It's talking about fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. And so this is really just showing like what's going on in the subconscious right now as well, because I feel like that's a lot of what readings bring forward. I want to go to the throat chakra as well. And I feel like there's moments of like, I want to call it throttling. Like, you know how when, you might, be, unlimited data, but you use a certain amount. So they like slow down your connection. It's kind of like you throttling yourself, because you're actually connecting to a lot of different types of things, and you have a lot more gifts than I think what you're yet comfortable sharing. And I think you need to trust what's coming and trust what's being given to you. Because it just feels like you're still trying to kind of understand that. And that's okay as well. But I want you to honor yourself, and I also want you to be aware of it, because I want you to start to notice when you start to think about what you're saying as you talk about it, and how you slow down and how you start to like get something that comes through like from higher self, a download, a intuition, and then you try to like think about it just in the way that I'm doing, where it's like, oh, I try to think about it and I'm going to restructure it, or what's another way to say it? So I want you to just spit it out a lot quicker. And then the fear surrounding money, I do want you to do some work on money blocks, because what it feels like specifically is that there was a different business endeavor that didn't turn out like, and it was kind of like a sense of like following through, or choosing to not follow through because you had a change of heart about it, but that there's still certain things related to that you, on a subconscious level, you kind of hold over your head, and it would be really good for you to clear that. Okay. Hi, Solange. So.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi. I don't think after Meg, don't give any more numbers. I feel like we're already.
I was just checking because
okay.
Some comments, some comments stayed on the group only, so I couldn't see them in the
got it.
part of where it was on your profile first. So some people are now getting some numbers.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I think what we need to do next time for the group is put that they need to double click the video, because I think they're not used to, we've only been going live in there. And so if people are watching in the group, yes. We have, I'm really glad that we less often are doing it live, because there's just so many spammy comments. Like, I love making it public so people can see, but then all this. So 7, who's 7?
Number 7 is Hey Goodwin. But she didn't drop her question.
Okay, so
with the rating.
Else do we have?
Then we have number 8. It's Nafisa Mahomet.
Okay.
And then number 9.
Hang on just a sec. You said Kate Goodwin?
Hey Goodwin.
Oh, hey. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start with Nafisa, and then hey, can you let us know if you're still here? If you can grab me Nafisa's question, Solange.
Yep.
And then, hey, let us know if you're here and if you do have a specific question so that we can tune in. And I've had such an allergy day. And so when you're live and you feel like you need to wipe your nose, you just have to fucking go with it. That's a part of being live. I could try to like disappear under the table, but we're just going to wipe our nose, you know? So Nafisa Muhammad Babu. Thank you. Okay. So I'm feeling blocks with attracting paying clients. So money more seems to be the challenge in my business of the money. Some more money. Okay. So I guess you're looking, Nafisa, for getting more paid clients. Okay, Nafisa. Whew. Nafisa, let me know how this lands. Go here. I'll pull one other card for you. Hey, Goodwin is there. Okay. Yeah. Hey, drop a specific question. Okay. So you are being redirected, Nafisa, like that sometimes when we're knocking on a bunch of doors and we feel like they're not opening or they're not, there's not ease there, it doesn't seem to be flowing in. Like it's this sense of you being redirected. Like they're saying like, no, you're close, like a little more to the right. Like, yes, like that's it. And so with you, I do want you to be taking this as like the universe sort of correcting and guiding you towards the right direction. It doesn't mean that you need to fully reinvent yourself in what you're doing, but I did pull the spiritual gifts card. So there are certain elements to you and your magic, things that you're able to do. I feel so much crown tingling. Do you understand what I'm talking about here? Like when we bring in spiritual gifts, because I haven't done a read for you yet, because it almost feels like there's part of you that might be like, well, that would be cool, but I don't do that. And when was it? 2014. I remember when I heard in a reading that someone was like, yeah, I see you doing readings kind of like what I do, but in your own way. And my response in 2014 was like, that sounds cool, but I can't do that. I don't do anything like you do. And so I just want to mention, that it very much starts that way. And I feel like for you that it's going to just land with you, that you're going to somewhat know what I'm talking about, but I don't know that it's something yet that you've like explored. You don't have to go seeking it out, but I think it's just letting you know like of what's to come and how things unfold for you. So that makes sense for you in terms of the redirection. Yeah. And then Irama is the card. And it's saying, where are you being called to journey to? Wow. This is also like of this deck. It's a very spiritual card. And it feels like this year of 2021 is very much like a deep dive rebirth year for you, where you are really digging deep. And it doesn't mean that you're like starting over from scratch with your business, but you are like very much discovering who you are and that you're more powerful than you've ever realized, and really starting to ask the questions about, well, what are my gifts and what do I want for this world and what's the legacy that I want to lead? And so I just really want you to have that moment this year, because it just feels like that's going to be a big part of like how you start redirecting and how you sort of get in the flow of things again. Okay. So then Shelly, girl, I see you asking love questions. I do not do love readings. We are doing business, but I do know we do have a few people in my group. If you're always welcome to join. I actually asked that question so I could refer people that want love readings to somebody else. And so there is a recent thread. Okay. So, hey, I happened to grab your question already, so I'm going to go to you. My question is my work or job life situation going to be okay? Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Wow. Let me rewind that a little bit. I think that's a good area, and I'm just going to tweak it a little bit to say, like, because instead of that's more like the yes, no, saying like, what are we seeing in terms of work and life? Okay. Okay. So the Calibrate card, hey, did come in reversed. The Birthing a New Age card, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Hey, Goodwin. I feel like an interesting energy. And I know that if with tarot and stuff like that, there's different archetypes, so it might sound offensive, but there's like the Fool archetype, and we all cycle around. And so by in no ways is that like a diss to you, but we go through cycles and then we start again. And then as we level up, that we go back to being the Fool sort of archetype, which is very happy-go-lucky, that it's just like so full of possibilities, yet like there's a lot of the journey ahead. So I feel that kind of optimism. Even though their question doesn't sound very optimistic, it feels like you're in that stage of life. And so I know it sounds really funny, but that's how it's coming. But the birthing a new age, like I do feel like you are not yet connected to your sense of purpose, that you are somebody that is going to be diving deep in the coming years. And just really discovering your own sense of spirituality. And I mean that in the most like DIY sense versus like a catalog where it's just like, here's the religion, that you're going to go on this self-discovery of finding your own truths and answers, and that you're at the beginning of that part of the stage. And I just feel like there's a lot of you that is sort of like asking questions and sort of questioning things, and it feels like sort of just removing yourself from some of the conditioning. In terms of the calibrate, like there's a few different energies around you that it feels like are weighing you down. It feels like a few toxic friendships, like people that they just feel like they don't really feel like they have your best interest at heart. Like they're really supporting you. So I just want you to watch for that. Okay. Okay. So Solange, what's going on with numbers now? Solange.
Oh, sorry. I was muted.
You're fine.
We are missing number 9, 10, and 11, if I'm correct.
We'll just go in that order. And so,
okay.
What's the order? 9, 10, 11?
9 is Anissa Sanborn. Then Ashley Brothers, number 10. And 11 is Meg.
Meg. Okay. If you can grab those questions for me. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Okay. So Anissa. Oh, Anissa. So I'm just like so on it, you guys. Okay. Anissa. I recently dived fully into my new business. So, okay. We're going to, instead of saying the will it be successful, we're just going to look at how do we see it aligning with success? That's how we're going to ask it. Oh, okay. 2 flew out of this deck. So we're going to give you both. Okay, so there's the 7 of Earth card talking about seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, and an unnecessary worry. So we'll start there, Anissa. And then the 4 of Fire card, contentment, peace, and abundance. You gotta love when like these words are coming in when you're asking about a new business. A happy home life, successful completion of a project. So these cards are very much coming in like as a way of your guides being like, Anissa, like you need to be patient. We've planted the seeds. We've done the work. Like our garden doesn't grow overnight, girl. Like just keep watering them and showing up and planting more seeds. Like that it's like you are very much on the right path, that you are doing the right things, that for you, it's like just continuing to show up and not losing faith and not just assuming because they haven't sprouted up already or that it's not that immediate gratification that we've been so, cultured with like 2-day Amazon shipping. I feel like that makes us all impatient, but the marketing card is coming in reversed. And so I do want to tune in on that because when we're looking at how do we adjust to get you aligned with like your most successful possibility in the coming months, that's the area that we want to look at. Okay, so I am hearing something about Facebook, so I just want to tune in and see. Anissa, like it kind of feels like you're being pointed initially towards Facebook, and I feel like more of a sense of like you starting like a community or like a group. Like I get the sense of like bringing people together, like over something that they would have in common. and you really adding a lot of value. I also want to ask, have you been posting on like a Facebook business page and then feeling like, oh, like it's not getting a lot of traction, it just doesn't feel like it's working? Because separately from the readings, I will just tell you that those pages are just super pay to play and they don't get any action unless you go live on a personal profile or you start to like build engagement in like a group and people are turning on notifications. So for you, Anissa, it just feels like your learning right now is like how to kind of work the system, so to speak, like, and understand like a little bit more of those nuances of how you best get traction and start to see the seedlings like sprout up. And I do want you to start to think about that angle in terms of marketing. Okay. Let me know. I don't see any comments from you, so don't leave me hanging here. Make sure that you let me know what makes sense for you. So I want to go to Ashley Brothers. Are you here, Ashley Brothers? And then Meg. I thought that I had a bug. I'm trying to see if it's on the bottom of my glass. I think it's just on the bottom. I was like, it's disgusting. Okay, so Ashley Brothers, let me know if you're still here. Ashley Brothers is asking, what are the blocks that I'm facing that are holding me back from showing up on camera? I love that question. Oh, it's like, I see like your brain like having like all these thoughts spouting up as soon as we connect with that energy. Okay. So the deep replenishment, I feel like I want to pull one other card for you. Deep replenishment card is showing up. It's talking about deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. And so I feel like part of it for you, and I'm getting the head tingly confirmations, is that like you're trying to do and be and hold a lot right now. And there's like this pressure of like doing it all now that I feel. And it feels like even with the video that like while you have this desire to like move past the blocks and show up fully, I also feel this other energy coming in that feels like a sense of pressure about like not being in pure acceptance and compassion for yourself over you needing to take time, right, to find like your healing or your place or the energy that feels really best. Because it does feel the masculine energy card is coming in, but like reversed. So it would show more of like that toxic masculinity energy. And because we've all been conditioned in the fucking patriarchy, like there's a lot that's been instilled in us in terms of like competitiveness and like pushing through it, you know, and just like powering through. And so I feel like for you, Ashley Brothers, are you still here? I'm gonna I'll do it a little bit shorter, just because I want to make sure that I'm doing it for those that are live, but it's okay for you to take a little bit more time with it, because I think that what you're learning right now is that like when you give something a little bit more space, and that when you like approach it and then you back away again and then you come up to it again and then like you back away, that like instead of like putting that failure label on it every time, it's like that you're learning a new aspect to it, that you're learning like sort of a new facet of yourself, and that specific, you know, fear that pops up that you realize and that you're able to identify each time you approach it and then move away, that like you're making something new that was once unconscious, you're making it conscious, so that now you're able to be with that and see it. And that applies to all aspects of your business, not just going videos. That would show up in different ways. And so that's really what I see is actually sort of like the biggest block is sort of like this sort of like get it done, kind of push through energy that you're attaching to it, rather than just sort of like letting it unfold like as it will. Like, and I'm not to say that you don't have to challenge yourself or like do things that are scary, because trust me, like I do things all the time that are super uncomfortable and I have a huge vulnerability hangover afterwards because I'm like, I can't believe I just did that. Can't believe I just went live and I said that. So there's a lot of that like with growth, but yeah, I'm just curious to hear how that lands for you. And then last but not least, we're going to do Meg. Meg, are you still here? Let's see if Meg is still here, because I will do Meg if Meg is here. And in the meantime, my nose is getting all stuffy again from my allergies. So Meg, let me know if you're here. We'll do your reading last but not least if you're here. Meg, are you Facebook user? Solange? Let me see. I'm going to ask Solange. Is Meg a Facebook user?
I don't think so. Well, she was showing us Meg first. I'm not really sure if she's maybe changed something or.
Meg, if we're seeing the yes and the star eyes, I'm not sure who that is because you are showing up as Facebook user. So I'm not sure if that is Meg or that might be. I'm
Meg. Okay.
Be Ashley Brothers. That might be Ashley Brothers. This might be Ashley Brothers. Yeah. So whoever these comments were from, we couldn't see
the last one. Meg.
Oh, Meg is Facebook user. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Sometimes we'll end with you, Meg, because I'm using StreamYard. Like if you're joining from within a group, StreamYard, if it doesn't have like permissions to like show your name and your picture, it just shows you as like Facebook user. Okay, Meg. So Meg's question. And by the way, we do have my group that I've been scrolling across, join, and I am live every week at 3, but I'm only doing it publicly in this way the first Monday of every month. And then the rest of the Mondays, I do it only in my Facebook group, How to Make Money Being Magical. So that's specifically a place for coaches and healers and light workers, people that have that purpose, that calling, that sense of mission that's attached to their business, and that they want to approach business and have a creative, like flowing relationship with their business. So we do a lot of fun things in there. I always like to tell people that it's business divination mixed with your practical as fuck business guidance. And we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of trainings. I do have my marketing mentor that is doing a free training in there on Thursday. So Solange will drop the comment if you guys would like to join us in there. He works with a lot of intuitives, a lot of healers, a lot of coaches. And it's specifically about how do you create demand for what you're doing and charge more. And also basically build sort of that sense of audience where they're excited about what you're doing, that you're putting out the right offers that people actually want to buy. And he has been phenomenal in terms of the people that I've worked with, in terms of me seeing like just a really quick, sort of easy to understand turnaround in how I offer what I do. So his training is going to be amazing. So that's all for free in my group if you want to join. So Meg, you're going to be the last one. Okay. Love a reading. This career change I'm interested in pursuing. Okay. So I just want to look at, this card fell all the way on the floor for you, Meg. Okay. I'm going to pull from a separate deck because I do primarily business ones. And so I'm switching to this life purpose deck. So I just want to look at the energies that we are seeing around your career change in general versus like, is it right or is it wrong? I think that we're going to get a better answer. Okay. Okay. So I want to say for you, Meg, Page of Earth is coming up. It's talking about good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging or a new area of study. Very, very interesting. So this career change, like this school card is coming up. So it shows like two themes, like this one saying that a new area of study, something more challenging, and then the other one talking about school, that sense of like you having to get training or learn something new. And I actually feel like the energy of that. Oh, I see you now, Meg. See, I see your name now. Hi. It's like the energy of you being challenged again is like, it's very important for you, because otherwise I feel like your energy can go a bit like flat and a bit stagnant. Like you always have to be challenged. You always have to be learning something new. So I do want you to start to learn your cycle with that. Yours feels like it's like kind of, if you look back, like every 18 months to 2 years, you start to get that little bit of like a kind of like an itch, or sort of like, is there more? Like, is there something like better for me? Like, and I just want you to see that and start to evolve with it, and to start to be more, I want to say, proactive with it, because there's going to be times where it might be just more of an evolving within your current role and not like a complete starting anew. Okay. So your healer quality does want to come out. And do you hear how my voice is like going out? It does that on purpose to get my attention until I say it. And if I don't say it, then it won't go away. So this author card is coming up for you. And so would it make sense that you have some kind of a story to tell that's really going to help people, that's really going to help people heal? Because I feel like you being able to write, just in general, like talk about it, I feel like this other career path, what's most important about it is that it sort of keeps you financially stable and intellectually entertained, while giving you the spaciousness and a little bit more time to pursue some of these other projects. Like it feels as though you very much carry that healer light worker energy, but that you might not be the person that's just like, okay, I'm starting a business and I'm just gonna like do Reiki on people. Like it doesn't feel like at this moment that that's how I'm seeing your path. It just feels like you really enjoy kind of like that you want to share your gifts freely, and you want your money to come from a different source, that you've made that choice and that you're really happy about that, but that you need the time to be able to bring out this creative expression and this other side of you. I want to say right now that like, I know that there's a part of you that might be like, I don't consider myself a writer, or I'm not really sure what she's talking about, but oh, okay. So you do know what I'm talking about. But like Meg, your childhood and I feel like something else, for some reason 14, 15 is coming in. Yeah. So something else like childhood and like 14, 15, kind of like teen high school years. Like it feels like it's a very different energy that I feel like in my whole body when I step into those specific groups. And it's very much you pulling in your life experience, and our wounds become our greatest wisdom, and the things that we needed like are the things that we're best able to teach, and we're best able to resonate with people on and be with them, and all like of the different dynamic parts of where other people can't do that as easily. And so I do feel like I see, it feels like it starts kind of as like a blog, almost kind of like I heal because I write kind of thing, and that the following and the momentum that comes, like I see that turning into some kind of a book or some kind of journal prompts or some kind of thing where people really do get to connect with you. Okay. Yeah. So I'm glad that this is landing for you, and I'm glad that it's confirmation. I always feel like, I know I went a little over, but I always feel like the reason that I am here to do readings is to reflect back the energies that I'm getting when I'm feeling into your energetic field, when I'm communicating with your spirit team, your spirit guide, and to reflect back at you and say different things that you had that intuition on yourself. We obviously have not talked about it. And so it's like,
if I can get you to trust more of your own knowing and more of your own intuition, I feel like that's going to give you greater trust and knowing that you're not making it up. So yes, thank you very much. That is it for me tonight. I will be live in a public way, I guess, like this on the first Monday of March. Yeah, a month from now. And if you would like to see more of what I'm up to, more of these readings, and you're not going to spam us, then you can join us in our group. Bye, everyone.